You know, growing up as a kid, you see them cartoons, and they will always have a person, might be Bugs Bunny or somebody, who trying to make a choice. They gotta make a decision. And they got the angel on one shoulder and then the devil on the other, you know. And they'll be characterized, you know, to represent good and evil. The angel wearing white with the halo, you know, the devil wearing red with the horns, you know, and somebody trying to make a decision. They be kind of stuck, like, I don't know what to do. So listen to this nigga, so listen to this nigga, you know. Kind of how I've been feeling lately. But not necessarily on no good or evil type shit, you know what I'm saying? I've looked at it from a different perspective. I feel like every human being, for the most part, I've been saying for the most part a lot. I don't know where the fuck I even got that shit from. You know, every single human being is made up of three components. You know, of course, this is a crude analogy. But you got the mind, the body, and soul. You know what I'm saying? You got the flesh, you got the brain, and the spirit. So, of the three, the one that has the least amount of control, arguably no control, is flesh. Flesh just do what the fuck you tell it to do. Flesh accepts whatever you give it. Whether you're not eating right, you're punishing yourself, you're getting fat, flesh just accepts that. You know, whether you out here sleeping around, you're a hoe, you got a new bitch in your bed every night, flesh has no choice but to accept that. Flesh don't really got a choice. The decision making is done exclusively by mind and spirit, you know? And so we can look at mind as your brain, right? You look at spirit, that's your heart. So flesh is stuck in the middle. Body don't make no decisions. Mind make a lot of the decisions for most of us, right? I think we can agree, like, mind is the decision maker. I know me, I'm a linear thinker, logical, binary, all that shit. Real fucking left brain, you know, just stuck in logical and order and trying to find processes in a world of chaos. You know, that's mind. Heart is just as capable of thinking as mind. In all honesty, heart's probably more capable of thinking than mind. Police is coming, but they ain't looking for me. I'm in. But heart is even more capable of thinking than mind, but we don't really use it. Because school don't teach you to use your heart, you know what I'm saying? School teaches you to use your mind in a logical fashion. And so, when I've been dealing with that good versus evil, those angels and those devils on your shoulders, you think about, you know, if you believe in the Bible mythology, think about things like Lucifer being cast from heaven, you know, and Lucifer being known as the Prince of Knowledge, light, you know, thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the thinking we can attribute to Satan, which is why the church is always at war with the state, you know, versus science. Like, the church don't like science because science is Satan. Science is using your brain thinking, you know, which is a gift from God in my opinion, but that's not what this is about, you know? So when you're using your brain to think, you're using logic, you know, that's where the devil come into play. The devil be, you know, people say all the time that the devil made him do it. That's where the devil come into play, that brain, that little voice in your head like, hey, you gotta tell her she got a fat ass. Then you get slapped, you know what I'm saying? But that's not your flesh. That's your brain told your flesh to do that shit because the flesh wasn't gonna do nothing unless the brain gave it an objective or a directive, you know? And so spirit, that's your heart. You gotta use your heart when you're making some decisions, man, because one thing I've learned in my life is I'm way too linear. I don't really use my heart for a lot of decisions. Every decision that I make is based on principle, based on order. And when you're making all your decisions based on principle, you're not allowing for the humane aspect, your spirit, to guide you. You know what I'm saying? Because the brain is only gonna see everything as a problem. That's what the brain does. The brain sees everything as a problem and is trying to solve the problem. The spirit doesn't understand problems. The spirit doesn't know any limits. Spirit doesn't understand not being able to do something. You know, so spirit looks at everything as a new experience or an opportunity. Rarely the spirit sees something as an obstacle. So when you battling that good versus evil, man, in reality, you just battling mind versus spirit. You got to listen. You got to decide which one is better suited for this decision-making process. Is it mind or is it spirit? You know? We'll just leave y'all on that.